Turn sound on. There we go. Hello! So I failed miserably at trying to get the dog to sit waiting here to say hello to you all. I think so. I'm going to have to train her on. So, how you all doing? Is everybody having fun? We're going to do very similar to what we did last week, except we're not going to kill players because that didn't work too well. So we have some new tools. We have some more people, just in case. Make sure you're not wearing anything too expensive. You should be fine. But we've got this new area which is all cordoned off, and should be an awful lot of fun. We'll also make it a little bit quicker. And because the stuff's going to be picked up automatically, what else have I got to say? Yes, killing 1,000 Dagonoth Rexes. So it should be quite entertaining. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. I have to right click these poor Rexes, and then if there's any decent drops, it will leave the hides and the bones on the floor, and it will drop everything else into my inventory, which should make it an awful lot quicker to do, which is pretty good. As you can see, they're all over the place. Hopefully you guys can see it, and hopefully you guys will have no chance of getting killed by it as well. But please don't try, just in case. Oh dear. So how have you all been? Have you all had a good weekend? Anything exciting? It was bank holiday here in the UK, and we all went and had barbecues and stuff, which was all quite entertaining. All quite good. So, best stuff we can get from Mr. Rex here is going to obviously be the rings that he drops, as well as a dragon spear is on the rare list, a dragon hatchet's on the rare list, or dragon axe as we call it. I did get a haircut, yes, I cut all my hair off because it seemed like a good thing to do at the time, so I did. Ah, Fremmy helms, Fremmy items, they're the best stuff ever. They look quite cool. We could do multiples of these as well. Look, we can do Rexes galore. A few more Rexes over here. Another one. And we can just kill lots and lots of Rexes. Shoot. Have a whole army of Rexes. Who would have thought it'd be this hard to kill him, eh? It's all good fun. Ash sorting out a glitch in barrows. Probably. He's very good at that sort of thing, so I don't doubt that he sorted out whatever glitch you sent to him. What else we got? Bank tabs tomorrow. Bank tabs tomorrow will be really quite cool. I hope we have a nice early update for you. First thing in the morning, which should be quite cool. Stop you guys getting too bored, and then all tomorrow afternoon you will spend time tidying your banks, I guess. Ready? So do 5 of them here. Here we go. Boom. It's all quite entertaining, isn't it? What's that purple potion? Attack you. Attack you. Whenever you're ready. Didn't want to die very quickly, that one, did he? There you go, let's do it a bit quicker. Yoink. Oh, we've got a Fremenic blade, we've got a Fremenic helm. We're feeling all very Viking here, aren't we? It's all quite good. I have no idea what we're up to. It should tell us we're up to 16. Dagonoth Rex. Let's keep going. I've got a shield as well now. Check it out. I think we're going to have loads of these. I think we are. What did I say about bank tabs? I said bank tabs tomorrow morning, hopefully a nice early update, so you can all experience it as early as possible tomorrow. So yeah, 12-ish hours away seems about right. Wouldn't call it exactly 12 hours, but not far off. Have we got anything good yet? That's the question. Oh look! We got ourselves on number 25, that's number 24 I think we'll find it is. We've got ourselves a dragon axe, which is one of the rarest drops. That's not too bad, is it, for 25? We'll have that. Right, let's stick this like in the bank, haven't we? Bank menu, open bank, bank everything, have you back. Got anything on the floor, have I? No, cool. Sweet. Let's got to get into the rhythm of doing this again. Attack you. Have another attack on Threx. Keeps trying to get away. Here we are. Attack you. So this is much quicker when I don't have to pick up the loot, which is what took this entire time last time around. I was chatting to Ash and Dan today about possibility of having a separate chest and it all goes into a chest, so you can all see it in there. However, the problem with that is that if we were to do a chest, then it would be an extra line of inventory for everybody, and everybody would need, or every account would need the extra memory space for it. So that's probably not going to happen, but we can play around with things until it works, which is great. So how many of you guys are looking forward to bank tabs tomorrow? I am so slow at this. I am all very confused. Lots of people looking for bank tabs. See, one of the things is, you know, we know you're really excited about bank tabs, which is why we've done it. But you know, is it really that much of a big deal for you? And you're already obviously really excited by it, which is great. And I sit there and think, you know, bank tabs is nice. It's nice to have an organised bank, but is it really that much of a deal for you? I don't know. Guess it must be. One day I might understand it. So I saw somebody mention the player council. I think we might put the plans for that on hold for the time being, because it's obviously wasn't very popular. So I've got to sort of have a think about, you know, why that is. Is it because it wasn't explained very well? I think, you know, there is a huge value in being able to talk to people on a one-to-one basis. So, you know, being able to have a Skype call with people or small groups of people. But I think we probably need to think of a better way of doing it. But I don't think we're going to go ahead with the player council at the moment. We'll have to think of other ways that we can do. Oh no, I dropped shark on the floor. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. But yes, I don't want you guys to think that we don't listen to you, and if you do have concerns about something, we will certainly take that on board. Right, we want more Dagon Threxes to kill, don't we? Does this sound like something from Rocky 4, doesn't it? Oh man, too quick for me. I paid attention, I knew what I was doing. See, there we go. We're on a roll now. We're on a roll now. Yes, we are. Yes. Take out these things. That. It's almost like. Yes, you shouldn't get healed. I mean, you can see from somebody down there saying you shouldn't get harmed. We didn't think you were going to get harmed last time, to be fair. So, you know, even though we've done an awful lot more checks for it, an awful lot more security for it, just be aware, really. It's about the best thing to say, I think. Yeah, just be aware. Yeah, lots of bass here. Yeah, lots and lots of it. I should drop the base. We need some biscuits and some butter, and then we can have a buttery biscuit base. Base. Oh, there we go, I spawned him too far that way. I can shoot you anyway. So, tough with that. Bum 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 bum. Marks of Grace Awards, yes, we do need to do something with those. Obviously the poll that's up at the moment is what we're focusing on as things stand. So we will cross that bridge when we get some more time. I think the next poll, the current poll obviously is Clan Wars and I'll drop more shark on the floor. Clan Wars and the Clue Scrolls, and then the poll after that, I'll try to remember off the top of my head and failing miserably, is I can't remember, but we'll sort of think about a few things we could do with Marks of Grace in that poll. We'll have to wait and see. Yes. Yes, we will. Look at this. Pro stuff. Who saw the gold trimmed iron that Alfred tweeted out earlier? So that was quite cool, I thought. You want to have a look at that at Jagex Alfred. He's the new artist. So please do follow him, and he's started tweeting out some of the new stuff he's been doing. So keep watching that. He is doing some great stuff. Oh, wrong button. Dagonothrex. Killed the Dagonothrex. I certainly do fill up with lots of food quickly, don't you? Bank menu, open bank, drop you in. Is pre-EOC ever coming back? Well, not really. There's Legacy mode, which is going to be similar, but it's not. It'll be interesting to see what you guys make of it when it comes out and you get to play in the beta. It'll be quite interesting to see that. Which will be good. Hello, Mr. Rex. What I could probably do is, how about I do a whole load of these, and then I can just shoot them all at once. What do you reckon? If it was multi, I could. Oh yeah, a bunch of wusses, these Dagonothrexes, aren't they? Who's that? It's a Stellard saying, thanks for everything, thanks for 07 Old School RS, it's amazing, that's brilliant mate, love you enjoying it. The fact you guys enjoy playing the game is what makes it all worthwhile. And that's why we do it. We see all these people who really enjoy playing, and what more could we want, really? That's what makes it all worthwhile for us. Kill Mr. X's. Yes, lots of Dagonothrexes. Right, so far, in the first 100, we do have one dragon axe, which is pretty good going. So we got that on, what was it, the 24th Rex, which is quite good, and hopefully we should soon be due a nice magic ring. People seem to like my cup. What's my cup? My cup is a cup with Christmas cup. There we go. I've got Christmas cup because I like Christmas. There we go. Right, let's bank a load of this, I think. Bank, bank. Into the bank. That's all the stuff we got so far in the first 100. It's not too shabby. Complain about that. Right. My arm's really aching. I don't know why. I'll move my mouse around a bit, I think. Right, so we want some more Rexes, don't we? Let's see if we can take this lot up to 100, and then we'll take out these Rexes, and then we're up to 100 down. We're only 15 minutes in. So that's a lot quicker than it was last time. The function AMEs for all, AME stands for anti-macro event, and that will basically send everybody here a random event and whisk them all away. Which I always press by accident, honest, and nobody believes me. They say, by accident. Yeah, right. Oh, we got our first ring. There we go. The ring's chances are 1 in 128, so it's a warrior ring. So, should we have a look at what we've got on our first 100 then? Let's have a look. We have things of interest. We have obviously a warrior ring and a dragon axe there, and we'll get the Fremennik gear at the top because the Fremennik gear looks great. I must admit, it's some of my favourite outfits. So that's not too shabby, is it? For 100, we've got dragon axe, nice ring there. Let's go do another 100 and see what else we can get. There we go. So many Dagoth Rexes we can get in a row. 5. Let's go 10 up. Oh, got another hatchet. Oh, check that out. The luck's in today. The luck's in today. There we go. Tell you what, if they keep getting this lucky, I think we'll be looking at getting choosing my lottery numbers later tonight, I think. Somebody was talking something about Orion client. I didn't read what it said because it was a massive wall of text. I didn't quite get to read it all, but I'm guessing is it against the rules to use? It's not against the rules to use. It meets all of the requirements that we set out for a third-party software. We won't say it's ever safe to use because we don't own it, and if we don't own it, we're not going to recommend people use it. Obviously, to only use the adapted RS3 client. But we certainly won't be banning anybody for using it. Let's get another 10 of these up, shall we? Another 10 Rexes. Another 10 Rexes. As you can see in the text, it counts up how many we've done. So if you ever want to know, just have a look in the text box there. Oh, isn't he clever? He can make pretty drawings. Yeah, but you see, I have this. So you can't make pretty drawings anymore. Lol at you. It's quite entertaining when that first came out. To be fair, some of this stuff is actually quite clever, but you know, when it boils down to it, yeah, a bit childish really. What have we got here? We got a rock shell plate. That's quite good. Use chin chompers. I could do actually, that would work. But unfortunately this isn't multi, is it? So I don't think it would work quite very well there. But hey ho, there we go. Boom. Let's get another 10. Quite liking this doing 10 at a time. It seems to work quite nicely. For those of you who weren't here right at the beginning, I did try and get Grace, my dog that you've all met in game. Sits next to Grace, the agility lady. Tried to get her to introduce the stream, but I couldn't get her to sit on the chair for long enough. So I think what we're going to have to do is do a bit of training, and see for the next stream maybe I'll have trained her enough to sit in a chair with the headphones on, waiting to talk to you. She's a very clever dog, so I don't think she'll have too much of a problem doing that. Especially if you bribe her with food. I've got a pocket full of food at the moment, dog food, so I'm sure she will be appearing before too long. I've got another ring, and there you go, another warrior ring. It's quite profitable, isn't it? Attack, attack and die. Let's get another 10. Another 10, yeah. 3, 4. Yeah, I could just do it with a cannon, couldn't I? I wouldn't have to worry about singing them, I'd just go and own them all. Oh dear, I think EGM has some friends around. I don't know quite why you think doing that's going to help, but you know, knock yourself out. I'm drinking tea. I don't know what sort of tea it is. I think it's Typho tea. Who knows? It's whatever was in my pot. Pop. Pop. More Dagonothrexes, please. 2, 3, 4. Let's keep going, let's keep going. There we are, right, another 10 of these. Boom. I want something good. We're doing alright so far, we've got 2 of everything. I look like Steve Davis. Who's Steve Davis? Is this a snooker player, Steve Davis? I'm sure there are more than one Steve Davis in the world. I don't think I look like Steve Davis. It was just the angle. Now I can't click them to kill them, which is a bit frustrating. But there's a poll up at the moment, which does stuff. Hang on, what am I trying to say? Yes, a poll up at the moment which gives you the option to be able to customise your right and left click, so you can always have attack at the top if you want, and so on, which will be very useful to an awful lot of people. I better bank this before I kill any more, hadn't I? Bank menu, open bank. So get everything in the bank. Take one of you out. Kill more Rexes. Another dragon axe. Sweet, that's a 3rd dragon axe. That's not doing too bad. I'll stand up here now. Don't want to go too near the edges in case I kill you all again. But that's not going to happen, so that's alright. We know we are. Right, we're closing up on 200. When we get 200 we'll check out the bank again and see what's going on. What was it mentioned here? Someone just talk about the trading solution. The next step for trading is obviously we sent out a nice little survey for you guys to find out what's important to you in the trading system. The next thing is to take that information, and we need to sit down with Mod Philip, who's the guru of everything engine. He's been doing a huge amount of work for us recently to get some stuff ready for the engine updates. So the next job is to sit down with him with what's important to you and work out a system which works that we can deliver, and then we can come back to you with maybe not just one but maybe 2 or 3 different systems, trading things, to get your feedback on that, and before we finally go to poll on the idea of the trading system. Once we've got that, then jobs are good, and we can poll it to you, and you can say yay or nay, and then we can start working on it. But the key thing is, I mean, the trading system is a bit different to other updates because it's so dependent on engine updates that we do need to include the engine team at the first stage to make sure what we're offering you is something that can be done. The last thing we want to do is offer you something and you guys all love it and think it's great, and then it turns out we can't do it for about 6 weeks or 6 months because huge amounts of unrealistic work needs to be done on it. So we need to make sure that we're all on board with this. Officially Fish says, do you do these streams? Are you going to be doing these boss streams every Wednesday? Yes, that's what people want. People seem to be enjoying these streams, so we're going to keep doing them while people are enjoying them. If you guys have other ideas or even other bosses you would like to see killed, then please do just let me know, and we can do those. Right. Oh, I need to bank, don't I? That's what the next step is. Do clue scroll caskets. I've done clue scroll. Start again. Clue scroll caskets. I think once we have a few more. Oh, I forgot to give myself rock potato back. Once the update's out, we may do it again, but not for a little while, because obviously we want you guys to have the experience of opening the new clue scrolls first. Bank menu, open bank, everything, take you out. Right. 3. So it takes up to 200. Yeah, you could try the give command as much as you like. Unfortunately, unless you're on one of these accounts, yeah, it's not going to happen. Soz and all that. Right, here we are, 200 in, only half an hour as well. That's not bad. I'm quite happy with that. Oh, there's yet another axe. Not doing too bad at all here, are we? Helm and half keys and all sorts of gubbins. Right, here we are, we're 200 in. What we are going to do is have a look at what we've got here. So we have 2 warrior rings, we have 4, yes that's it, count it, 1, 2, 3, 4 dragon axes. How much are dragon axe worth now? Somebody tell me how much dragon axes are worth. Probably not as much as I want them to be. Not that it makes any difference, I can't sell these anyway. 4 whole sets of Fremenic stuff, so we're going to look particularly Viking-y by the end of this, so that's fantastic. Go PKing in it maybe. Anything else for excitement there? We've got a rock shell plate. I'll pop that at the top, so that's quite cool to know. We've got some of these things and some of these things and stuff and nonsense and what have you. All sorts of bits and bobs. There we go. But there's the key things. 2 warrior rings, 4 dragon axes. And I forgot to give myself a butter potato again. 500k for a dragon axe seems to be the going price, so £500,000 each. That's not too shabby, is it really? For half an hour's work. Right, so a few people shouting about free to play. I think we haven't been secretive about free to play and the deal with that at all. So you should be well aware of where we are with free to play at the moment. At the moment we are still working on getting rid of all the bots, sorting out the scamming and what have you, and making sure the game's secure before we can even start talking about free to play. Once we've done that, we will chat to you guys a bit more about it. We're working really hard to do it. It's been in the process now for what? I suppose 4 or 5 months, if not longer. No, it must be longer than that. It must be getting on for about 10 months. Been working towards free to play, one form or another. So hopefully we'll get a resolution soon, and as soon as we're in a position that we're able to do it, we will talk to you more about what free to play looks like and all that sort of goings. Oh, we've got another ring. What we got? We got a Berserker ring. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. We like Berserker rings. So we'll talk to you more about free to play when we're a bit closer to it. Like I said, we haven't been secretive about it at all. We've been quite open about what free to play is and what we need to do to do free to play. So once we've got more to discuss, then we will talk about it. Game chat filter. I think I can never remember the answer to that. We get asked it all the time, and I can't remember the answer. I'm sorry, but yes, we do know about it, and stuff's happening. Although what? I can't remember. Ah, yes, I think I know what it is. I think, right, and I could be wrong, so I'll ask it again in tomorrow's stream. So we obviously got the dev Q&A tomorrow. I think what the problem is with filtering your game chat is that we've got a command to do it with, but what we have to do now is we have to go through every single possible line of chat to find out what needs to be filtered and mark it as something that has to be filtered. So it's not a straightforward simple case of just pressing everything that equals this go. We've got to identify each individual line, so you can imagine how much of a big job that's going to be. So yeah, it's something that I think we have the ability to do, but it is such a huge job and a time intensive job that that it's not going to be easy, I'm afraid, but we'll get there. Is it possible to get player moderator if you report people on 07? I'll tell you what, the one thing about player moderators, and I'm sure a lot of player moderators will say the same thing, is we don't particularly want people who are just going to go and report loads and loads of people, because that's not what being a player moderator is all about. There's so much more to it than just reporting people. They've got a mute function to tell people off who are being naughty, of course, and to stop them talking. But that's the minor part of what they do. A player moderator does. They're a lot more than just a reporting machine. Let's pop that at the top, shall we? Oh no! No, insert. Yes, insert. I could do it in bank tabs tomorrow, couldn't I? Reporting quality, not quantity. There you go. That was a great line from Gruber Hoff there. So that's it's not just about the reporting. So if you report lots, you're actually probably going to be doing yourself more harm and becoming a PMod than not. What we're looking for is just people who are generally nice to people and you know, make the game a better place. That's the key thing. Does somebody want a Harry Potter spell book? Oh, okay, well, you know, if that's what you really want, I think you might be on your own there. I think also Harry Potter's lawyers might have something to say should we release a Harry Potter spell book without their permission, but you know, there we go. What's my headset? I don't know what my headset is. Hang on, let me have a look. It says Air Force X12 on it. Oh, another ring. Look at that. Sweet. So I don't know what an Air Force X12 is, but that's what it says on the side, so I guess that's probably enough for it. Turtle Beaches, there you go. I knew I'd name something like that. I did have a set of what they called set of something megalodons, razor megalodons, but they broke. About 8 months into it, they stopped working properly, which was, you know, a bit annoying. Would have thought a set of them would have lasted a lot longer, but you know, there we go. Bit of a shame, but you know, that's life. That's life. It's the way it is. And click on you. There we go. Kill the Rexes. What are you up to? 250, so that's a quarter of the way through. We've got a few bits on the floor. Bank this lot in, bank menu, open bank. Quick. What are you back? Somebody's saying if you broke the rules in the past you'll still be a PMod. Yeah, it depends on the rule, of course. You know, if you've been botting to high heaven and back, you probably won't be. And it depends when it is as well. If you're botting last week, then I don't think you're likely to be a PMod anytime soon. But we shall see. Right, got anything interesting in this lot? Oh, there's another rock shell. More Dagonothrexes, please. More Dagonothrexes. That's what we want to see. One day I'm going to get a shield left heart. I've never had one. I've been playing this game for over 10 years now. I've never had a dragon left heart shield. Ever. Yoink. One day it'll happen. One day. Hello, wingman. What's up? Your insta-kill fails. Yeah, it does occasionally, doesn't it? It sort of decides it doesn't want to work quite as well as it should do. But hey ho. Not going to lose any sleep over it, to be fair. How about resting in OSRS? I think the problem with resting is it has connotations on agility. A lot of people are concerned if we put resting in, then instantly what's the point of getting to 99 agility. Hey Pignus, how you doing? Lovely to see you here, man. So that's the issue with that, I guess. And you know, the one thing we don't want to do in this game is make anything you know, no longer useful. We've tried our hardest to do that. You know, we haven't always got it right, but you know, it's something that we always maintain. One of the things we always look at whenever we're doing an update is it going to devalue any other piece of content. If it is, we should look at how we can make both work in harmony. So it's always something we're very aware of. I think resting is one of those things where you can't introduce it in a way that's not going to devalue agility. What we could do is make agility have a better impact on getting your run energy back, which may have the same impact and make agility even more valuable. But you would need to do that. Claws alright. I don't think you're ever going to see the claws back. I mean, not in the form that they were originally. I think claws caused an awful lot of upset in the PKing world, and obviously we have a huge amount of PKs in this game, so we've got to be very careful if we do bring claws back. In my chat, I'm guessing my chat is only set to PMods, is it? I can't quite read it because I've got a silly thing in the way. There we go. Now it's not working properly. There we go. On. There we go. There we go. That works, doesn't it? I can hear what everyone's saying now. There we go. Look at that. That's useful. That's what everyone's saying. Could you please make ragging an offence? That's something that I've had conversations with all sorts of people about over the last few months. Now, the one thing we did when the issue first arose, we spoke to the community and said, what is ragging? And it's a simple question we put out there to the community. So you tell us what ragging is, and I tell you, every single person had a different idea of what ragging is and what it should be. So it was obviously very difficult for us to then identify, actually, if you guys can't decide what ragging is amongst yourselves, then we've got absolutely no hope. So, you know, putting a rule out there which says you're not allowed to rag, nobody will understand it, which is the first sort of obstacle we had. You know, we can't ban people on a rule that nobody really understands, because that's a bit harsh, really. Oh, that's Gracie saying hello. Feels a bit left out, obviously. So that's the first thing we had to cross. The next thing was, you know, what evidence do you need for somebody ragging? And the only real evidence that's out there is we will need video evidence. The problem with that is somebody then has to sit down and watch all the videos, and that is a huge amount of work, a huge amount of resource we need to put into it. We need teams of people to review all the videos that will get sent in, because we'll get sent in 50, 60 a day, you know. And you know, how many of them are actually going to contain any evidence of people ragging to the extent that, you know, action is necessary? It'd be very few. So what we've tried to do instead is we've tried to make game updates to get rid of ragging rather than ban people, and we've got an engine update which will allow us to it will allow whoever you're fighting and you to appear on top of every other player, so anything that happens around that your target and yourself are always above everybody else. All the rock cake stuff will stop working. People running under you won't matter, because you'll still be left clicking your target each time. So it should be a good solution to the majority of stuff that goes on. Right, banks. We need to have a look at the bank, don't we? We've done 300. So here we are. We've done 300. We have 2 warrior rings. We have 2 berserker rings. We have 4 dragon axes. We have a whole load of cool Viking gear and a whole load of other stuff to go with it. Yes, that's all very pretty, isn't it? 3 rune axes there. That's not bad. It's not bad. Right, let's do another 100. Is there a chance of getting a compass function back or not? What do you mean by a compass function? You click on the compass, it turns north. So I think that's something that we would like. Now, if you want to find me, I'm right at the top of the grand tree. So if I turn around, you probably see everybody standing there watching. Hi, everybody! How you all doing? You all happy there, alking? Do I watch Chris Archie? Yes, I do watch Chris Archie. Came over and visited a few weeks ago. Very nice guy indeed. It's lovely to meet players. It's one of the things I enjoy the most is meeting some of you guys in the flesh, as it were, because it's nice to be reminded as often as possible that you guys are real people and not just, you know, customers on the other end of the internet somewhere. And I think, you know, it's very easy in any business to forget that, you know, your customers are real people. So I find it very useful to watch, to meet you guys. If I could do it all day, every day, I would. That'd be fantastic. What other questions? Somebody keeps spamming about the Orion stuff. I mean, there's nothing really more I can add to, you know, it that I haven't added already. So that's about it. What else we got going on in there? Someone's saying I'm a real boy. I'm sure you are. Don't know why you think you're not, but you know, there we go. I live in Cambridge. Can you do paid tours of the studios? We don't do paid tours, I'm afraid. Oops, don't want to press that button. No, we don't do tours per se, I'm afraid. Somebody wants me to marry them. I'm afraid I'm already married. I can tell you this, but before I started computer games, I met my wife, so I'm one of the lucky ones. In fact, it's my wife's fault that I'm playing RuneScape and I work here, so you have to blame her for it. She started playing, 2004 this was back in, and she found the game, started playing. She found it on Miniclip, and she turned to me one night and said, well, I found this new game, you should play it as well. So I did, started playing it, and then in the local newspaper, one of the jobs were advertised, so I applied for it, got it, and Bob's your mother's brother. And that's my history of 321. That's my history of Jagex, and it's all my wife's fault, so you have her to blame for anything that happens on Old School. It's not my fault, honest. Somebody wants me to kill them. No. So we've added some extra protection on this. One of the extra bits of protection is obviously the arena that you can see that I'm in, the nice fenced off area. So it should not. There should be no way for any ranged attacks to ever reach you. This is a melee boss as well, so you know, unless it starts climbing out over these things, you should never be able to reach you. Also, this isn't a real monster, so it's got all the looks of a Dagonoth King. It's got all the drops of a Dagonoth King, but what it doesn't have is all the stats of a Dagonoth King. So although it's got the right combat level, that's about as far as it goes. So even if it was to escape, break through this impenetrable barrier of rope between two sticks, break through the two invisible walls that are separating you from me, and manage to attack you, it probably won't do you any damage anyway. So fingers crossed, we've now got it all covered. Another 10, please. Matched ops feature for Clan Wars. I think that would be doable. Not entirely sure we could put it in with the initial launch, but I mean, I think once we've got Clan Wars in and working and going, and then we can start taking some feedback. I mean, is what a lot of you will know is that when we release a big update of things, one of the first things we do is ask you guys for feedback, what we could do better. We've got another ring, yay! So I would imagine that once we've got it out, we'll do a round of feedback from you guys and say, what do you want, what changes do you want to it, and then we can make those changes, and that could well be one of them then. So yes, please do keep that in mind when it comes to that stage. We'll happily make the changes that you guys want if obviously they've got past a poll, and then take it from there. Is Clan Wars going to be 100% safe? Yes, it is. One of the things that, you know, we spoke to quite a lot of people around it, all sorts of clan leaders and clan members, and we had people come in and what have you. One of the things was, how do we make Clan Wars so it's going to impact the wilderness as little as possible? And the big thing that came back from almost everybody was, oh, if you make it so it's safe, then the big clans will want to go out and kill in the wilderness, the PKs will want to stay in the wilderness because they want their stuff, and we'll take it from there. So, you know, that's why we did it all as safe, because what it does, I think, what it will allow is allow more people to get into the clanning world, because I think a lot of people are worried about, if you join a clan you've got to go PK and you've got to lose items. You know, people want to experience the PKing aspect of things because it is fun and exciting, but not necessarily can't afford it. So it should hopefully open up clans at a lower sort of entry level for people. So I think we will have quite a lot of success from there. I think the clans will get quite a lot of support from it as well. I think initially we will see maybe a few less people in the wilderness, but I don't think it's going to be any long-term effect on it. I think the people who want to kill will still be there killing. Celtic says, what about implementing 75k coin risk? We've discussed that multiple times, in fact, the risking of things. The problem with that is we can only really do that if we can stop people from being able to farm it. And that is the big worry about it. When it came in initially, it was, you would just take your mate, you'd go out into some, or an alt account usually was, you'd go into you know, some quiet corner of the wilderness and then just wail on each other until you got what you needed for the for your EP. That's not a good way to work. It's creates money out of nothing, which is not something that any game needs. So we will need to have a good look at how we can make that work, and we're open to suggestions, of course. But, you know, like I said, we're open to suggestions, so bring your ideas, please, if you can think of a way of making that work. Oh, 75k without the EP, okay. So what do you mean by 75k? Do you mean people actually have to risk something in order to fight in wherever it is? I think we've got loads of these. I don't know how many I've done, but it seems a few more than usual. Oh well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. You have to bring 75k to risk to leave a bank in PvP worlds. Oh, I guess we can do that. need to have a think about it. We have discussed this in the past. I can't remember the outcome of that conversation. But maybe it's sort of a high risk PvP environment, so you have to be risking stuff might be a solution for it. The other problem we've got as well is if we start introducing more worlds or more type of PK worlds, PvP worlds, we run the risk of splitting people up further than they currently are, which is not a great thing. But I need to think about that. I'm sure we've discussed that in the past. I mean, one of the things that did come up when I was chatting to a couple of streamers yesterday about the ragging that they face, and one of the things that did come up was perhaps a classic PvP world, where for those of you who used to PvP in classic, what you used to be able to do was challenge anybody anywhere. Effectively, you could PvP across the entire world, but you could challenge anybody anywhere. And maybe a similar sort of thing. Is that a world where you can challenge anybody anywhere? No rules, nothing else. You just challenge them, fight. Somebody lives, somebody dies. That might be a interesting way of doing it. I think it ties in quite nicely with sort of the historical aspect of things. What do you think of people who lure Prime Supreme on solo Rexes? Well, the thing you got to remember is the boss is designed as a group content, obviously. You know, it's not great that people deliberately go down there and try to get people killed. You know, that's not a great thing to do. But those who are down there fighting, there we go. My insta kill stopped working again. Let's start it up again. I think. So yeah, so. I completely lost track of what I was talking about. What was I talking about? I can't remember. Something utterly exciting, I'm sure. No. I'll tell you what, it's been what, an hour? I'm way behind. So I broke it again. Am I going to update Fun Orb? I do not know anything about Fun Orb, sorry. Well, I know what it is, obviously, but I don't know the future plans for it. Game filter update, I mentioned that a little while back. Basically, the problem with game filter update is that we need to be able to, we have to identify every single line of text in order to filter it. And that's not a small task, so we'll work on it over time. We've got the ability to do it now, we will work on it, but it's not a small, easy thing to be done, I'm afraid. I don't know why I've tried to open my bank again. I need to focus on what I'm doing, I'll be here all night again. Take these guys down. That's what he wants. See, insta-kill them all with barrages would be great, but we're not in a multi-area, which means it wouldn't really work. So we did mention a cannon, but I don't think I've got all the stuff set to actually use a cannon, so afraid not. How many Dagonoths does it take to stand on one spot? Want me to do 1,000 Bandos? I suppose we do 1,000 Bandos next. I don't see why not. Is there any other requests, or should we do Bandos next time round? The area this is in is to the north of the Grand Tree, near where the tortoises are. Thousand Virago has to be the right boss. Can't do one that's not in Old School. God, everybody wants a bit of something else, don't they? Corporeal beasts. I've got corporeal beasts. Really there. 1,000 chickens. That'd be exciting, wouldn't it? Right, so look, we've got even more stuff coming in. Look at this. Open bank. It wanted to drop me loads of them, didn't it? Alright, more Dagonoths please. More Dagonoths. Just playing the same song over and over again. No, it's not. Let's hope not anyway. Alright, we're up to 38, 439, 440. Kill some more. I've got more rings, lots of rings. And fish. Don't want fish, they fill up my inventory. Oops, I might have teleported a few people away. You never know. Check out all those, eh? Right, let's keep going to 500. Something for to pick up. Right. Sweet. So yes, we can do this to 500. Bank tabs is indeed coming tomorrow. Don't you have any fear about that. Early on in the morning we should have some bank tabs for you. Try to get it done as early as possible so you can have as much time as possible to go and organise your banks. Dem banks have dem tabs. Oh yes. Somebody's talking about updating Guthans. One of the things that I'm quite keen to do, and I don't know about you guys, but I'd quite like to do something else for Barrow's armour as a whole, because it's sort of losing a bit of its excitement. And I'm sort of thinking along the lines of, you know, maybe an item which enhances the Barrow's armour. So Barrow's necklace, for example, which will give Barrow's armour extra properties. Enhance it that way. We could even introduce a new Barrow's boss type thing and what have you. But yeah, just a thought. But I think Barrow's armour could use a bit of extra love. Peel the potato. Go to the bank menu. Open the bank menu. Put all the stuff in. Take one of you out. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Nearly at 500. Nearly halfway through. Might get to bed before midnight tonight, at this rate. Maybe. Loot share. Oh, we've talked about loot share again the other day. I'm trying to think what we were talking about. We were looking at loot share, this coin share. Now coin share would require that everything has an item price. Loot share, we don't necessarily have to do that. So loot share is possible. In fact, one of the things that we've been talking about while thinking about the trading system is how do we use it to, we got to write it with, you know, loot share and coin share in mind. So that's doable in the future. But yeah, it's something that we can do. We then need to have a system on, you know, sort of allowing you guys to group together so we can find people in a group and identify them. But we shall see what happens from there. But it's not on the cards at the moment, but we are designing stuff with that in mind because we know you guys want it. And we've got to say, long-time vet, very concerned about the possibility free-to-play gets released for OSRS Golf Farms will gain a strong foothold and eventually ruin the game. We'll talk more about free-to-play in not too distant future. But that's our concern as well, which is why we just haven't gone straight in and dumped in free-to-play. And you know, any permanent free-to-play will be polled to you guys, so you can have your say. But we are aware of that, and we are wanting to combat that prior to releasing free-to-play. And that's for the reason we haven't, basically, is because we want to make sure we're in a stronger place possible, the community's in the safest place possible before we do release free-to-play. Rex is getting crystal bow ragged. Ah, yes, he is. I'm sure he'll be flaming on the forums. Will we ever add Grand Exchange to Old School? Well, we will add something to help with the trading. If you guys vote it in, of course. What that is and whether that is the Grand Exchange is all still yet to be decided. But we do know that you guys want help trading. What that help is effectively up to you guys. But hopefully we will be putting some help in there to help you trade easier and more in a less frustrating way, let's say, rather than make it easier. Favourite pure clan, I suppose, has to be the one that I can't remember off the top of my head. Always run around in green. What are they called? Can't remember. Can't remember. In-game map function, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? I think, you know, that would be a great thing to have in-game map function. What a Runite bar. I don't think it's a huge priority compared to the other stuff that we're sort of delivering at the moment, but you know, would love to do an in-game map function, which, you know, is a lot more interactive than the current one. Will holiday emotes come back? Yes, every holiday event, all the past emotes and holiday items are available for you guys to get. No, slice. I want to slice. I want to peel. Back menus, open bank. What we are? I think we're 500 in now, aren't we? Let's just get these. Kill count we are on is one button. That one. 500 dead. So let's have a look at what we've got for 500. I need to give myself a potato again. Somebody keeps asking if I know the Gowers. I don't know them, in all honesty. I know them to look at, but that's about as far as it goes. So I don't talk to them, I'm afraid. Right, so what have we got? What have we got? We have lots of really cool stuff. We have 6 warrior rings, we have 5 berserker rings, 5 dragon axes, some really cool Viking gear, some rock shell plates, a whole load of rock shell legs, a ton of them. And some gumph to go with it. There we go. That's not bad for the first 500. How did I get here? I teleported in. That's how I got here. Right, so you're going to give me 5 minutes. So I'm just going to grab a quick drink because my throat is drying more than anything in the world right now. So give me 5 minutes, and I should be back with sustenance. I'll leave you with the music. And we're back. Right. 500 to go. We can do it. It would help if I picked up the right mouse. There we are. The right mouse. Who's that noob? Says on a scale of 1 to 10, I heard the chance of getting an appeal answered is about 0 divided by 0. It depends on the appeal, really, I guess. If it's macro in, then yeah, you're about right, because you know, we do trust our macro stuff, and everything's sort of double checked before it goes out anyway. So why we would put a huge amount of effort into listening to people say they haven't been botting when we know they have is an odd thing to do. I'd rather take that resource and put it into taking people out who've been botting, quite frankly, which is what we do. Right, let's take more down. Oh, Dragon Med Helm. I've got a Rig Wealth on, by the way. I don't know why, I just felt like it seemed the right thing to have on doing these. Ba 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 ba. It's a very cheery song, this one, isn't it? Please re-poll rares. I think it's a bit too late for that now. The problem we've got with rares is that now everyone's sort of got loads of them and given loads away and what have you, is that people just don't want to go back to the way it was. I think you know, holiday items are being used in the way they were always designed to be used, as a fun thing for people to enjoy, and that's what's happening now. And obviously you can make a bit of cash with them over the downtime from the holiday events. So for example, your party hats are going to be worth quite a lot around October, November time. However, you know, December they're not. But you know, you can make a bit of cash from them if you collect, you know, 20-30 of them. That's, you know, 2-3 mil that you can make from them. So you know, you can make a bit of cash from them, but people can enjoy them for what they are, which is, you know, a bit of fun, and that's what they're always designed to do. And that's what they're there for. Let's kill these people. So I see Paul in the chat. I did. Oh, hello, Paul. Thought I saw you milling around. Have you got any exciting streams on this week, Paul? What have you got planned for us? Does the Ring of Wealth affect the quality of the drops? It does make a difference to the better drops you get. I'm not entirely sure how it works. Reach will can go into detail about all that. But it's not a huge benefit, but it does make a bit of difference. There is a big debate over whether more offensive rings are better for you, because oh sweet, look at that, Paul got an Abyssal Whip drop from his Iron Man account. That's not bad going at all, mate. Well done, well done. he's going to be doing Barrows later tonight. Barrows is always great fun. I enjoy Barrows. But yes, what I was saying, there's a big debate about whether offensive and defensive rings are better for your drop rate because you're killing more monsters than a ring of wealth, and it probably is, to be fair. But as it's not an issue for me here, I might as well use it, and it might even make a difference. You never know. It'd be interesting to do one with a ring of wealth and then one without, won't it? And see actually what the differences are. But oh no, I pressed the wrong button. Oh man. That's what happens, you see, when I've got all these different buttons to press. I get confused. Anyway. Let's get some more rings on the go, shall we? I'm now dressed up like a PKer. Ah, yes I am. So tomorrow we obviously have our developer Q&A. So what would your, if you could have one question answered, what would it be? To be fair, probably answered most of them, but you know, one question answered, what would it be? See if you can come to a consensus. Have any question about anything answered whatsoever. What is the meaning of bacon? Oh, that's a great question. That is a great question. Was EOC an inside job? Well, I don't think we brought anybody from outside to do it, so I think you probably could say that it was an inside job. Can we get canes in the game? I'd like to see canes in the game, that'd be quite cool. Top hats, in fact, you know, I wanted to dress up in a top hat for this, but I couldn't. So I was disappointed with that. Get in there. Yeah, there's been a lot of debate about the GE. Is that really the biggest question you would like to have answered? Is can we have a GE? Is that really the biggest question? If we could answer absolutely anything whatsoever. I quite like the bacon question from Paul there. I think that's a good question. What's the purpose of bacon? But no, you want to know the meaning of life? Yeah, meaning of life there. Durley's got it. He wants to know the meaning of life. If you had to take back one decision made on EOC, what would it be? Well, I think that's a very loaded question, that is. What else we got? Shrek is life. That's fair enough. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Now there is a correct answer for that. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I can't remember, but there are some scientists came up with the correct answer for it somewhere or other. These clever bods. Stealing creations, we can do stealing creations if you guys want. Again, it all depends on whether it's a priority for you guys. I don't think it is. I was having a chat with, I was talking to Emily in fact yesterday. She was saying she would want it, and as you know, sort of my response to that was, you know, stealing creations, it can be done. You know, there's nothing stopping us from doing it. One of the things that you have to sort of be aware of is how many people are asking for it. And you look at things such as clan wars, you look at whatever the trading solution will be, all that sort of stuff. That's all being asked for a lot more than soul wars and stealing creations and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, it's completely doable for us to do it, but is it a priority for the community? At the moment, it's not. However, you know, if it does become a priority, then we will do that. So, what have we got? I was thinking, resizable client. Yes, we have. I mean, we haven't sort of gone into any great detail about it because we're sort of working on other things at the moment. But one of the things that is in the realms of possibility is that we can do a client which can be resized and zoom into the game window. It won't show any more of the game than you currently see. It will basically just zoom in to the game, but your mouse will stay the same size, and it will fill up your screen, and so that's in the realms of possibility. Oh dear, I didn't want to press that button. But again, that's something we just haven't really had a chance to really look at any seriousness yet. So yeah, it's doable. Somebody else asked something about gnomes. Why are gnomes so short? I don't know why gnomes are so short. But talking about small people, I used to live near a chap called Warwick Davis, and he played Wicket in Star Wars, so I always had great fun being able to tell people that I lived just round the corner from a Ewok. Always made me chuckle. Anyway, there we go. Let's kill some Dagonoth Rexes. Yes, that's where I used to live as well, Jake man. Not anymore. I used to go to the local school quite regularly and tell them about how cool it was to be an actor, and did all sort of the local celebrity stuff. And it was very nice chap. And his family owned the local petrol station. But yes, I always felt being quite cool to say I lived just around the corner from an Ewok. Why did you change the name from Pink Party Hat to Purple Party Hat? That's an interesting question. I don't know the answer to that one. This is back in Classic. It was a Pink Purple Party Hat, wasn't it? And we changed it when we launched RS2, I believe. No idea, mate. It's quite answer. I mean, I've asked that in the stream tomorrow because Ash will probably know the answer to that. He's good at that sort of thing. Somebody wants to know what kind of tea I like. I prefer Earl Grey, being a Star Trek fan. Of course, I do. Star Trek is great. I think we're 600 in now, aren't we? Look at this. 400 to go. 6 of pretty much everything in the world there. There we go, look at that. 6s galore. We're liking that. Why are there no pink skill capes? I don't know. Maybe when the next Play Design content competition launches, you can design a skill which has a pink skill cape. He has a new skill already for the PDC. Well, the PDC should be kicking off. I think it's this week, isn't it? So it's this Friday. So get your skills ready. You'll have a week to submit all your ideas, and then we've got 5 days to read them all, which is going to be a very busy 5 days. Give me stuff. Not getting too much loot from this lot, am I? Nearly there, nearly there. It's intense, intensive. How long do you think a new skill would take to develop? It depends on the skill, really. It's kind of very hard to say, but hopefully we will be able to get the new skill out to you sort of September time. So that gives us what? About 2-3 months. Depends on the skill, really. I mean, if it's a really fantastic skill, then it may take even longer. Yes, I could do this with Bandos bosses. It seems Bandos is the most popular one for the next one, so maybe we'll do that next week. See how we get on with that. Need to go to the bank. Open the bank. Put all items into the bank. Take out one of those. Right at the top here, so you probably can't see me now, can you? Have you ever considered making fire making useful? You know, we've considered that quite a lot, but it's how you make fire making useful. I think one of the things that I would quite like to do in the last sort of quarter of the year is to start thinking about fire making in particular, and what we can do to make it so that it's worthwhile having fire making. But setting fire to logs is all very nice, and you know, it helps you to get into the odd quest and what have you, but it's not a major driver to leveling game, really, is it? Haha, Asian mat dog, you can't get into my thing. I have another fire to enchant weapons. Yeah, I mean that would make if you home teleport, Mr. Mat Dog, then you should be fine getting out. Well, I suppose one thing, you know, sort of always strikes me as quite a nice idea is being able to do things to weapons, to customise them, and to armour as well, so to make them more suitable for what you want them to be. You know, sort of putting in gems to enchant the gems, and putting gems into armour to make armour more usable. which I think would be quite a cool thing. Quite a cool thing to do. And if you want to know where I am, I'm right at the north of the Grand Tree, near where the tortoises are. You can say hello to everybody there. Hello everybody, lovely to see you all. You're still here and quite excited. I haven't managed to kill any of you yet, so that's all quite good. MM number 1 asks, do you think banning bots is damaging the economy, i.e. lack of supplies? Now what we have seen quite recently is the price of items going up. We've seen the price of sharks reach 1000 GP each, which is where they were back in 2005. And I'll be honest with you, that is because of our mod Weth. He has been owning bots left, right and centre, and I think, you know, having items like that go up in price is a good thing, because it encourages real players to go out and do those items, get those levels and actually make some money from the resource gathering. And I don't see that as a bad thing. I think that is a very positive thing. So yeah, I think, you know, it's. I think if we were in a position to be able to ban all bots tomorrow, which unfortunately, you know, if we could, we probably would. But if we banned all the bots tomorrow and no bot was ever going to get back in game again, well, I think we'd be in quite a dangerous position that all your low-end items would just cease to be available. So that would cause a bit of panic and a bit of worry, I think. But I mean, no, it's not, unfortunately, it's quite a hard thing to say, but you know, we're not in a position to be able to do that. I don't think we'll ever be in a position to be able to just ban all bots instantly. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about that too much, in all honesty. I don't think botters are healthy for the community. I think nobody collecting low-end raw materials is not healthy for the community. However, as there are less and less bots doing this, more and more players will do this, because they will get more valuable, and the more valuable the resource gets, the more people will want to go and get that item and make a bit of money from it, and that's the positive thing. Matt, what do you think about real world trading? Are you banning them? Yes, if somebody real world traded, I'll start again. If someone's real world trading, they get banned for it. There's no ifs, buts or anything else about it. And you can hear Mod Hamster. Yes, there's my hamster in the background. We did have a disappointment in the family the other day, where one of the hamsters died. It managed to escape. I can't remember what the name of that hamster was. It was Sam, the hamster was. It used to do the weirdest things to escape, and it managed to get out one day and then fell too far, hurt itself, and never recovered. But we've still got the noisy hamster, just to keep you guys entertained. So how many Rexes have I killed? 660. That's how many Rexes I have killed so far. Yes, poor hamster, poor Sam the hamster. It's quite an entertaining little hamster, because it was in a cage, and we'd have books on top of the cage to stop it getting out the top of the cage. Then it figured out how to unscrew the water bottle and escape that way, so we had to fix that on there. Then it figured out how to undo all the doors around it, so I had to get a load of metal clips to put around it so nobody could open those doors. So it was a bit of an escape artist, that one. Unfortunately, curiosity killed the cat, as so to say. Boop 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 boop. Do 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 do. Why did chim prices go up? Yes, chim prices went up because of bots getting banned. All sorts do, and you know that's one of the measures we use, is getting raw items back to a reasonable price so that players are encouraged to go and get them themselves. So many mithril warhammers. Who's my favourite NPC? Oh man, I don't know. I think it's a General Wartnose. General Bentnose, that's his name, isn't it? He's my favourite NPC. He's a goblin, and goblins are great. How about a quick chat for muted players? I would much rather have people who don't want to get muted and put a quick chat into it, quite frankly. It's not hard to play by the rules and never get muted. There are hundreds of thousands of people who manage to do that every day. So yes. Right, we're coming to 700 now. Why are you not banning the bots at the weekend? We do ban them, and we're working on getting a solution in place so that the amount of bans throughout the week are more consistent. You don't see a peak happen at weekends, so we're working on that at the moment. That is one of the things we have certainly identified as needing work. You got muted for saying you want RSKFC. That would be because that is a RWT site. Mod Matt, say something funny. No. If you're simply in a bot world, can you be banned? No, the whole point about the special worlds that we've got is that it allows us to identify bots more accurately. So if you're moved to a bot world or moved to one of these worlds, we're able to monitor your account. And we can be much more sure if you're a bot or not. So you actually are safer because of these things, and you know it seems to be making a big difference, as you can see by the impact on the economy that it's currently having. So quite pleased with how things are going at the moment with that regard. Right, that's 700 in. Look at that. I've got 300 to go. It's about another 8 hours of this, I think. Yes, we have 6 of them, 7 of them, 9 of them, some of that stuff and all the other stuff to go with it. There we go. I look like Ancients VDDS's brother Jason. Well, my name's not Jason, so so yeah, I'm not Jason, sorry. I do have brothers, and they both know I work here. They both know who I am, so I guess they probably would know that it's me. One of them does play RuneScape, or did play RuneScape, he doesn't anymore. my brother Tom, and ironically as well, somebody with his exact name joined Jagex a couple of weeks ago, which I thought was very amusing. How long did it take me killing 700? I've been doing this since 9 o'clock, so about an hour and 45 minutes. I keep getting distracted and talking about stuff, and then everything slows down, and it's my own fault. I'm sure I could have done it much quicker. Talking to John the other day, and he was saying, "Oh, you could do it so much quicker if you did this, and the other." And I was like, you know, I just get distracted all the time. And that doesn't make for anything very quick at all. How happy am I about Gerard's slip? I assume that you are referring to Steven Gerrard and his slip, which unfortunately cost us the game at against Manchester City. No, but it's Chelsea. Sorry. I don't blame him at all, to be honest with you. It's these things that happen, and you know, he's a wonderful player for Liverpool for years, so I don't think anybody holds it against him. You know, bad stuff happens, and you just have to deal with it, really. Bank menu, open bank, put stuff in bank, take out a magic flop it, load more Rexes. Many Rexes. Jurassic Park never had so many Rexes, did it? No. Yoink, yoink. Yoink. How do you guys find bots? What we do is we get 2 bits of sticks, turn them into a Y shape and hold them out above the screen, and the 2 bits of stick end up pointing at all the bots, and that's how we detect bots. Will you see me at RuneFest? I would imagine so. I'd expect I will be there. That would be quite good. Of course, if you have problems seeing stuff, they might not see me there. Or if you're not there, you won't see me there. I should be there. Why don't I barrage all the Rexes at once? It's because it's a single area. Oops. Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter. What can we say about Bounty Hunter? We're going to need to start talking about that in the not too distant future. In particular, about how we can make it again not impact the wilderness and the activity already in the wilderness. So we're going to need your solutions for that, I think. But it's not something we have to talk about just yet. We talk about a lot of things at the moment, but not too distant future we'll be asking, you know, how we're going to solve this problem, and we will need How's your handle that clicking? It does ache after this, I must admit. There we go. But yes, we'll talk more about bounty hunters and how we can make it work without impacting the wilderness a few weeks' time, maybe. We'll see where we go from there. So I think you guys hold the solution to that, so we're more than happy to have your answers. Checking all these dead people. Oh, look, another axe. Oh yes, another axe, another axe, another axe. More stuffs. Boom. Ah, circle ring on the floor. Have that. So an axe and a circle ring in that lot. Oh dear, don't do that. I seem to have too many things on. There we go. Just get rid of that. Actually, that's the state, isn't it? I know what I'm doing, honest. It's late. It's nearly 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock and we've got... I have no idea how many we've got left to do. How many we've got left? We've got 240 to go. Stop it. I'm just setting up a new house. In case any of you are wondering why I did that, it's because I clicked on the wrong button. It's something you should be quite used to me doing by now. So as the script runs through and does my nice new house. How long have we been on this song for? There you go, have a song. There we go. Let's kill these guys, we don't want them here anymore. No, we don't. They need to die, they all need to die. All of them. How's my day been? It's been an interesting day today. We've got plenty done. We're ahead of schedule for most of the things this week, which is quite nice. So all the dev blogs are written, all the news posts are ready for tomorrow's update. All the updates prepared, ready to rock and roll. So yeah, no, we've had a good busy week. And certainly got everything achieved we wanted to this week, which is good. And time left to spare as well. So all good. All good. Right, let's get some more. No, wrong button again. Right, let's get this up to 800. Oh, somebody has a joke for me. This better be a bad joke, because bad jokes are the best jokes. Oh, I've done the house again. Right, tell me your joke. Who's this? Some Frodo chap. Haunt Frodo. Tell the joke. As long as it's a clean joke, don't do dirty jokes. Only clean jokes. Why did the bread go to the hospital? I don't know. Why did the bread go to the hospital? Why did the bread go to the hospital? Because he was sliced. He'd been cut in half. So he's feeling crummy. Oh, very good. Very good. That was a bad joke. That wins. That's a good joke. I shall be using that regularly. I shall use that tomorrow. So what's my somebody asked what my regular day consists of. Well, there isn't sort of really a regular day per se. What I do quite a lot of is I spend usually the first part of the day looking through the forums and the different websites out there to see what's been going on the previous night. And I get Modley in the evening. He helps me. He's over in America, so it's sort of ideal time for him during the night to actually watch things. And so he sends me an email every morning saying, "No, this is the sort of stuff you should be looking at. This is what's happened overnight." And I sort of go through and reply to what I need to reply to and sort out any problems that have arisen over the night. At the moment, I'm doing a lot of my time's taken up by scheduling, which is getting all the ideas that we want to put into game, putting them all into a big calendar, and getting all the other support work around them organised as well. So things, for example, with Clan Wars, when that comes out, assuming it passes the poll, of course, we need to get artwork in for the advertising, so we need the artists to make all the artwork for it. We need to get the advertisers to make sure all the right things have gone out to the right places. So all that needs scheduling with the right people. The email blasts need writing and sorting out, all the website stuff and the events surrounding it, and Jagged's Cup all needs organised. So all that needs all plugging in together and getting all the different teams that support us in making Old School all have the right amount of information they need to make it all happen. Because making a game, so you know, the major part of what we do, but there's everything else that goes on around it as well. So no, it's all sorts of bits and bobs that I do. There's no sort of typical day. And obviously I do the streams the same time each week, and I have to get them all organised and all those sort of things. But there's no typical day. There's usually a dev vlog I have to write at some point during the week. I'm trying to think what I've got in my calendar. Oh my god, check that out. Look, in 10 years of playing, I've never ever gotten a left shield half. And now I have. I can say, look, I got a left shield half. Check it out. I'm quite pleased about that. Quite pleased about that. Not worth anything, of course, you know. There we go. I shall move it to the top of the bank though. Pride of place. Left shield half. There we go. Don't you all feel special now? Right, let's do some more, shall we? Getting towards the end now. I reckon I'll be done by past. A Little Bits has a question which you are more than welcome to ask. 1k Dust Devils. Now, I think the thing about Dust Devils is I think everyone's done lots and lots of Dust Devils. I remember I spent ages and ages, you know, weeks and weeks down Dust Devils, just grinding on them for a dragon chain, and it took me forever and a day, but you know, I eventually got one. But I think most people have been down to do Dust Devils. KQ would be interesting, actually. Yes, yeah, I think you're right there. I am Keith is about. Hey man, how you doing? I do play the game on a legitimate account. Yeah, I do. And every time I see a streamer streaming, I try and PK them. No, that's not true. That would be a lie. That's very naughty. Beastie has a joke as well. You can ask, you can tell me a joke, Beastie. I'll hear as many jokes as you want to tell me, as long as they're obviously all clean ones. And LCFC Luke has a knock knock joke. Go on in. Let's hear them all. And the ring, look at that. Those are rings. What other games do I play? I spend most of my time playing Lord of the Rings online at the moment, which I'm rather enjoying. Where do you find a dog with no legs? Right where you left it. Ooh, ooh. Lucky my dog isn't around to hear that. I should be complaining. If she would. What's my account's combat level? I don't know actually. I don't know what my account's combat level is. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. 100 or so, give or take a few. Why did the boy drop his ice cream? Yes, that's not a very nice joke, is it? We'll leave that one there. Just reread it before I start saying it. I'll not turn off the music. This music is epic. You should all be feeling epic, even though this isn't supermarkets.com or whatever the thing is. Compare the market. Knock knock, who's there? LCFC Luke. Big-ish who? I see where this is going. Big issue. What was I going to say? I've got a knock knock joke. Knock knock. That's what I always tell my children, so it's particularly bad, but that's what makes it good. Knock knock. Lettuce. See, jokes don't really work through the stream, do they? They'll take forever. Lettuce who? Lettuce in, it's cold out here. So that was a joke I was telling my son the other day. He thought it was funny. It's probably rude, so I probably can't say it. Oh, I can't remember. We really want Corp. Can you talk about it? Yes, in fact, we've actually done, Alfred's been working on a foot of Corp. So we are working on getting a model of Corp all up and running for you. And we then need to decide what we're going to do with the shields, because that seems to be the biggest sticking point, is what sort of shields we're going to have. So a few concerns, they are a bit overpowered. So we'll have to deal with that. Oh, I remember the joke I told my son. I'll tell you the joke now. As a chicken walked into a library, went up to the librarian and went, book. The librarian sort of thought it was a bit odd and looked at the chicken. The chicken went, book. So the librarian gave the chicken a book, and the chicken picked it up, put it in its bag, and the chicken went, book. So the librarian gave it another book, picked up the book and put it in a bag, and the chicken went, book, for the third time, and the librarian gave it a third book. The chicken picked it up, put it in its bag, and wandered off. Next week the chicken came back and put the books back on the counter and went, book. So the librarian gave it another book, and the chicken went, book, and the librarian gave it another book, and the chicken went, book, and the librarian gave it another book, and the chicken picked up the 3 books, put it in its bag, and wandered off. Next week the chicken came back again. The librarian was ready this time, had her coat sitting behind the counter, and chicken put the books back on the counter and went, book. And the librarian gave the chicken a book, who put it in its bag, and the chicken went, book. And same thing happened again and again, and then the chicken picked up 3 books and wandered off. The librarian quickly put on a coat and legged it after the chicken out of the library to see where it was going. As you follow the chicken down the roads, it wandered down the road and past a bus stop and passed around the taxi rank and into a little farmyard. And in the corner of the farmyard there was a pond. In the middle of the pond there was a frog sitting there going, Reddit, Reddit, Reddit. There you go, that's my joke. You should all feel privileged. Now just watch how that affects the current viewers, shall we? Free advertising for Reddit as well, yes, indeed. As I said, I get distracted. This is why this takes twice as long as it probably would do. Somebody got banned from Leicester for pitch invading. Well, you can't do that. Oh, good. Good to hear that, Paul. I heard that Erin had nominated you. You're still alive, which is good. I can't wait to see them. They're quite entertaining. Get rid of some of these. Let's get these last few done as we can. Right, that was a rubbish turnout from that lot, wasn't it? Not impressed with those at all, that lot. Hey ho, hey ho. Right, let's get to we're nearly at 900. 900. You know, you do this for a while, and you can see, you know, you get an awful lot of respect for streamers that are out there for doing this, because this is not an easy thing to do, to entertain people for hours, and these guys do it every day. Take a lot of respect for them after doing this for a little while. So I've been doing this now for what, must be well over a year now, every Wednesday night. And you know, these guys have been doing it, you know, 3-4 times a week. Some of them, I mean, some of the guys have been doing it every day for a year. We had one chap who just completed his 1-year challenge of doing it every day for a year. You think, Jesus, that's some dedication for you. A lot of respect for some of these guys. Oh yeah, some of them make money for it. I mean, there's not denying that, but even so, you know, it's still a pretty big commitment to doing the same thing day in, day out. But then not everybody is motivated by money, of course, so you know, you've got to look at how different people are motivated. Some people enjoy the attention they get, some people enjoy, you know, entertaining other people and seeing other people smile. Some people obviously do it for the money, so you know, it's all different for each individual. Slot in the bank to have items deleted. It's an interesting idea. Why would you want to slot in the bank to have items deleted? Why do I do it? Why do I do it? That's a good question. I think I do it because it helps the relationship between Jagex and you guys. I think that's the reason I do it. And you know, the reason I do the job that I do is because I'd like to see happy players playing the game and enjoying themselves. And you know, I could see that for many people playing RuneScape is a really big deal, a really big part of their life, and you know, anything I could do to make that better and more enjoyable for them is great. And I think this is a good way of doing it. The whole sort of ethos I have is that the more we talk to you, the more you like what we do, the happier you guys are. And this is another way of doing it. And I think it's something that you guys enjoy, and it gives sort of, you know, you get to see me as a person rather than as, you know, 7 letters on the bottom of a forum post. And you know, it makes it all worthwhile, really. I think it's a good way of talking to you guys in a different way. Do we plan to invite other people to the office? Yeah, absolutely. We've got invites going on all the time. Who they be all depends on why we're inviting them. And one of the big reasons that we want to invite people is to help us make sure that the content coming out to you guys is the best way possible. So we need to look at who is the right person to do that. It won't always be that a streamer will be the right person to do that. We may be looking at clan leaders, we may be looking at PvPers, we may be looking at skillers, we may be looking at the big streamers, video makers. It all depends on what we are doing and why we're doing it, what we were trying to get out of each visit, because we don't do it just to be nice. We want to get something interesting from it as well, something useful that we can use. That makes it all worthwhile for us. Give me legs, give me sunshine. Do, 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 do. What about Reddit people? In fact, I think have we invited Reddit people? It all depends on why we're inviting people. I vaguely remember that we looked at inviting some people from Reddit. I don't know if we did or not. I can't remember. I've slept since then. But one of the things that we sort of are focused on is making sure the right people are coming in for the right reasons. So, for example, for Clan Wars, for example, we may well be inviting people in for that, and the people we'll be looking at will be clan leaders and people who are big in the clan community, who have a good understanding of that community, so their feedback is even more valuable, because the ultimate aim from any of this is to make sure the content you guys are playing is the best it could possibly be. So it all boils down to making that happen. And Mr. Haunt Frodo, you could turn your auto typer off whenever you're ready, or stop spamming the chat, either or. It's the last thing we need. You see players' private messages. I can see everything that any player does, from everything they click on to everything they say to everything they do. All we have to do is look. Make an official bot client. I don't think that's going to happen. Rounding home base. I used to work in home base once. Oh yeah, many years ago. Many years ago. I used to design kitchens for a living. Yes, I did. This is a depressing song, isn't it? Let's move that over. Fight or flight. Okay, right, what am I doing now? We need some more of these. Oh, nearly there, look at that, 950-ish now. Check it out. Oh, there's an end in sight. There's an end in sight, yes there is. Yay. Yes, everybody would like my bank potato. Yes, bank tabs are coming tomorrow. They will be with you in about 10 hours or so, maybe a bit later. So not long to wait. What happens when I get to 1,000? I go to bed. That's the biggest reason. It's now almost 11:30 at night. I've been working since 8 o'clock this morning. That's commitment for you. Would you still classify this as being at work? It is work. It's basically anything where I talk to the RuneScape community is work, because I have to put my work face on and behave myself, for want of a better phrase. But that is all part of my job. I'm not paid by the hour, so I just do what is best to deliver the best game I can to you guys. As I said earlier, this is a really important part of it. Yeah, falling asleep there. Let's focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. There we go. I have some meetings first thing in the morning, so I can keep in those meetings. Don't tell my boss I said that. Honest, I won't be doing that. Oh dear. Can you have EOC for 07? If everybody wants EOC for 07, we will do EOC for 07. That's not a problem. However, I think you might be on your own a bit there. I'm a recent graduate of university. I applied for a QA position at Jurassic, but never heard anything back. Do you know if new positions will be open? The way we work with, we get you know, hundreds of applications, and so we can't realistically respond to them all, which, you know, is unfortunate. But we do keep them all on file. So, you know, if jobs come open in the future, then we can review them. I suppose the biggest the best thing to do is just keep your eye on our website. That's where we have all our jobs go up there, and if you see something, just keep applying. You know, I know we've had some people in for sort of 5 or 6 interviews and haven't got jobs, and because, you know, there is value. We can see that there is value with them. We just need to make sure we get the right people in the right places, and you know, there's a lot of very persistent people who want to come and work for us, which, you know, is great. And you know, you just need to be persistent. Getting a job these days is not as easy as it once was. You know, you don't come out of university straight into a job as you used to sort of 20 years ago. So you've got to really sort of decide what you want to do and really push to get those jobs. You've got to keep doing it. Do you think I'm a pretty pony princess, says Pinkie Pie? I don't know, was your answer to that. I don't know what a pony princess is, and the word pretty is very subjective. How many people are working for Old School? Oh man, okay, so we have 6 people dedicated to it. So we've got me, Dan, Ash, John, Alfred and Weath. There's us 6 dedicated to Old School. We also have Lee, who helps us as well. He's pretty much dedicated to Old School as well. He does a few bits for RS3, but most of his time spent sorting out stuff for us. He's, as many of you know, will be Regis Seidel. He is in America and is very good at covering our sort of late shift, as it were. Only 20 to go. Nearly done. We're nearly done. Yay. So I suppose that's 7 in total, purely dedicated to Old School. We also have a lot of support from a lot of other teams. So obviously there's all the line managers who manage the individuals who work within the Old School team. And we have the artists that all help do our artwork, so all the advertising that go out there. We've got Mod Catfist and trying to remember her name. I can't remember what her JMod name is, who do all our advertising and making sure that all the stuff we need for the marketing side of stuff's all done. We have Mod Mac, who he's the head of marketing for RuneScape as a whole, so he does an awful lot of stuff to help us get what we need to be able to market the game properly. We have obviously MMG does an awful lot to help us out. Some of the biggest helpers out there we have are Mod Philip. I think it's just Mod Philip. He's in charge of he's head of technology, who looks after the game engine for us, does all the stuff for the game engine. And we have Mod Jack Mob as well, who also helps Mod Philip sort out the game engine stuff for us. So they're wonderful help. We have who else? The whole web team. I don't know any of their mod names, but they're creating a new game funnel for us, so we can make sure that all the... Look, I've got another left half. Look at that, 2 in no time at all. And I haven't had 1 in 10 years, and I get 2 in about half an hour. That's just crazy RuneScape logic. Jagex, fix your random number system. It's broken. That's all I'll say. So we have the web team who are making a new game funnel for us at the moment, so that when players come and join to play, it's much easier for them to make an account and get into game. Who else do we get? We get the player support people who help out for all the player support stuff we need. So Kelvin, who's heading that up at the moment, him and his team do huge amounts of work for combating hijacking and all that sort of stuff. God blimey, what else have we got? We've got tons and tons and tons of people. You know, there's all the recruitment teams who go out and get the people that we need when we need more staff. They're the people who go out there and do that. It's a huge amount of effort goes into making us making Old School a success. Although there's, you know, like I said, 7 people dedicated to it, there's whole teams of people that help us deliver what we need to deliver to make Old School what it is. And there we go, we've killed 1,000. 11:30 on the dot. So 2.5 hours to kill 1,000 Rexes. So this is what we've got. We have 35 rotten potatoes. Who would have thought that Dagonoth Rexes would drop rotten potatoes? But the proof's there, apparently they do. 2 shield halves. Now there you go, there's a shocker for anybody. We have 8 warrior rings, 10 berserker rings, 10 dragon axes, a dragon med helm. Woohoo! We made bank with that. We have 17 Fremenic blades, 11 Fremenic shields, 9 Fremenic helms. I think there are better places to get that. We have 6 rock shell plates, 10 rock shell legs. We'd have 1,000 of those, obviously. A load of anti-fire potions. What else of interest have we got here? We've got 14 Zami brews, 83 Mithril warhammers, a bit of Alkin XP for you. 190 steel buses. Some of these resources are alright, aren't they? 1,200 iron ores, 2,100 coal, a whole load of Mithril ore as well, a bit of silver, 50 sharks, nice bit of Alkin stuff there, more Alkin stuff, more Alkin stuff. I'll tell you what, you can you'll be alright with your magic XP. Alkin all this lot, won't you? And plenty of rune to Alk as well. Mithril axes. We can. Only the 1 dragon stone, which is one of the rarer items on there as well. 3 runite bars. I think that's not too shabby a haul for 2.5 hours work. There we go. So, where to next? Tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Oh, there's a camera up there. Hello. 5 o'clock tomorrow. We have the developer Q&A stream. So come and join us for that. That'll be with Ash, Breach, and Alfred, and myself, and John as well. Can't forget John. Blah. Really? I think Paul is streaming next, aren't you? Is my strength 0. So watch him. And anybody else who's out there, I don't know, should we have a look, see who is actually streaming? I can do that. I could do that with this magic of technology. Who is playing RuneScape at the moment? Let's have a look. We have, oh, me! There's me! And Emily is streaming. Hello Emily, you can all go watch Emily, she's entertaining. And So Wavy is streaming. Oh, and I Trolled You, who's doing really well on the RS3 there, so watch him. AOAA Tube, I think is he on our he might be our guest streamer this week, I think. Or was he last week? Anyway, I think he's guest streaming for us at some point soon. Barrow's Boys on, there's loads of people on, there's so many cool streamers out there. And tons and tons and tons of them, there's loads of them. All the ones you've heard of, as I've just mentioned. Ones you haven't heard of, which could be really entertaining. Lord Kirk, oh, Lord Kirk's really good. He gets his guitar out. I've saved you from that pleasure. Someone's trying to do Shiloh Village. Who's that? I love MMD. Trying to do Shiloh Village. Loads of people to watch. Anyway, go watch people. I'm going to bed because it's really late and I've got to be up 3 o'clock in the morning. So night night everyone. Lovely to see you all and have a lovely time. And I'm trying to find my button to turn it off. Bye bye.